Drowning is one of the leading deaths for children under the age of 4 right here in the state of Arizona. Those are startling statistics, but they're preventable. Hello, I'm Deborah Cedillo-Dugan for another virtual report. I'm here with Phoenix Fire Captain Rob McDade to talk about water safety. It's great seeing you, Captain. How are you?
Very good. It's always good to see you. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Well, let's start with about these startling statistics and about water safety and some do's and don'ts.
You know what? This is very prevalent in our community, and we've seen it for decades. We're getting so much better than we used to be, but we're not there yet, right? Because any near drowning, any fatality that we have on one of the young citizens of our community is preventable. And it starts with constant supervision of our children. We hear it all the time. I'm a parent of 3 children. They're grown now, but I understand how hard it is to conduct your daily life and take care of your children. You put them in another room, they're playing with Legos, you're trying to get dinner started. So we know the realistic goal of always watching your children. But what that means is don't go long extended periods of time. The ultimate goal is to always know where your children are at all time and what they're doing. So after that, really know that your home is safe. Doggy doors. Every year we have children that escape out the doggy doors. Children are curious. That's what they want to do. So make sure your doggy door is down if you have a toddler in your home and you have a pool out back, because if you can't regulate where they are, if you're all together in the room and you're doing something together, you can have that doggy door up. But at night or times where you feel that you can need to protect that child, make sure that that's down. Barriers in your home. We talk about it all the time. Self-closing doors. Have to have a fence around your pool. That fence has to have a self-closing gate. You have to create those barriers. And when we talk about, a fence around your pool, that's one barrier. We want you to have multiple layers of barriers. So if that child found their way into the pool, they would have had to go through your supervision, your barriers on the door, barriers on the self-closing gate and that fence. So layer your home to make it safe. And that's how we're going to protect our children.
Little kids are curious too, and like you said, there's multiple barriers. They see a lounge chair that maybe is outside of a fence. They are quite creative. They can stack those things and climb because that water is glistening and it's inviting. And it's not just the pool though. There's it's just 2 inches of water. I understand for buckets or tubs. Talk about the importance too of just any form of water around your home that the parents need to make sure that their children are safe.
That's a great point. Unfortunately, in my 20-year career, I've been on fatalities where children have died in buckets of water, in toilets, and in bathtubs. Okay, so if you think about that, it's not just the pool. One instance was 2 years ago. There was a family out back and they were all gardening together. What a great opportunity for a family to get together. They had an upright mobile toddler and all they wanted to do was explore. There was a bucket of water that they had been using that had about 18 inches of water. The child looked down into that bucket, fell face first into that bucket, excuse me. And the way that children are made at that young age, top heavy, and they don't have upper body strength. So once that child was in that bucket of water, they drown. Tragic. You think as a parent, you're doing everything you can. That home had a self-closing gate and a fence around the pool, and there was that bucket of water. So we know that those everyday things like a bathtub and a toilet and a bucket of water, you wouldn't think they're dangerous, but they are. You need to have those latches on your toilet that are the child-proof latches. Never, ever leave your child alone in a bathtub. Last summer, we had a very tragic drowning where a mom was bathing her child, but had the bathtub stopper up. So it was just the shower, almost like it was raining on the child. The child was playing. The mom left to go check on another child. That 2-year-old grabbed a rag and it fell off of the side. It occluded the drain. The tub filled up and the child died because there wasn't that constant parental supervision. So again, we're not picking on these people when we use them examples. We want to learn from those mistakes. So if you have a young child, look around your home. What are those dangers that exist? And you really need to think outside of your head. Well, that couldn't possibly happen to me. Well, it can, because I go on those calls and that's the first thing somebody says is, I can't believe this happened to me. I heard all the warnings and I can't believe this happened. So please look around your house. Constant supervision is the key.
That is the key, and thank you for sharing on those devastating stories. And and for the parents and the loved ones that have lost a child, I mean, their lives change forever. I want to change gears, you know, still talk about watching your kids around water, but also watching your kids around this heat. I mean, we are officially in summer here in the state of Arizona, and we've already hit triple digits. Let's talk about some making sure we hydrate and watching your kids, you know, in cars and not leaving kids in cars or pets or animals. Some do's and don'ts.
Absolutely. We live in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, I believe, right? This Sonoran Desert. Our winters are incredible. And there are some people that actually love our summers. They come from back east or the Midwest and they say, we'll take this 100-degree over shoveling snow any day. But remember, it's dangerous. It comes with a price. We have to be the parent, that caregiver to watch out for our children because they don't know. Remember, children compensate so well that we oftentimes forget about that. They might even be in a heat emergency and you might not know because their young bodies are so resilient they can push through it. But once they reach that tipping point, oftentimes it's too late. The tragedies that we've had are people taking their children on long hikes on the trails. We had a young child that was 11 that was with a caregiver and they were hiking. He didn't bring enough water. They kept pushing through. The child did start complaining. That adult said, we're almost there. We got to get to the top. Brought back down. That child went into heat exhaustion and then heat stroke and was a fatality. So it can happen. So we have to make sure your children need to hydrate the night before, not just the water for that hiking or that outing or that day in the park. Make sure that the night before they're hydrated, make sure that they're not soda, not iced tea, water. That's what they need in their bodies. Cars. We can't leave our children in cars unattended at any time. Now, if you're running in for this, or you're running in for that, you don't know what's going to happen inside that store. You might get sidetracked. And then that child, that heat inside of that car can reach upwards of 185 degrees. So remember, what we like to tell people is have your cell phone, have your purse, have something next to that child in that car seat that you have to grab. So when you go on an errand, when you go somewhere with that child, you grab your purse instinctively. Where's my cell phone? Well, you sit it right next to that car seat so you're not going to forget. Remember when you're having relatives pick up your children, that they have to make sure that they know that they can't leave the children in the car. We've had caregivers that forget, or we had multiple children dropped off at summer camp, at here. Always know where your children are at all the time. These are preventable, but we understand that life gets hectic. You have to overcome that and make sure, be diligent about where your children are and taking care of them.
And it sounds like maybe common sense, but unfortunately it's not. I mean, this is another too many times we're hearing the story. And you know, and how sad, and I understand your point about maybe leaving your phone with your child because you don't want to forget your phone. But come on, you don't want to forget your phone, but what about your child? And I know there's a lot of preventative things too. They have mirrors and different things, and they've been come across now with like beepers or alarms or something for your children. But again, never, ever, ever a child or a pet. People don't forget our pets and our furry animals. They're part of our family.
Right. We do a campaign every year about children and pets in cars, and people forget cracking the window just is not an option, right? That doesn't, when we're talking about, that could lower the temperature from 180 to 140, right? That's still deadly. So again, like you said, what a great point. Common sense, right? But in everybody's hectic day-to-day life, both parents might work. You have different caregivers. You might rely on an aunt or an uncle or somebody else. Everybody has to be on the same page. So it's not just saying, can you pick up my daughter, Ashley, at this time? You tell that caregiver, remember, if you have an errand to run, you can't leave the child in the car. I know it sounds silly, but we have to be that person to say, I did everything I could. Because once you remind that caregiver or yourself, you've said it out loud. It's amazing when you say it out loud, but you really need to be that person that says that. If you have children and you're watching this, make sure that you're that person that is reminding everybody else. It takes a village to raise a child, right? We say that. Make sure that village knows what the rules are on how we watch our children around the pool, on hikes, in the car, because we have to be that advocate for that child.
Absolutely. We've gone over a lot of material today. So bottom line is watch your children around water, all bodies of water, whether it be the toilet, the bathtub, the pool. make sure if you're hiking and the heat, you hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And of course, don't leave kids or pets in hot cars. Captain McDade, it's great seeing you as always. Thank you so much for spending a couple minutes with us. And for further information for you, the parent, the viewer, the babysitter, the sister, the brother, anybody and everybody, like you said, it takes a village. You can go to phoenix.gov/fire to get some more tips. Stay safe this summer, stay hydrated, and enjoy the beautiful desert that we have in Phoenix. It's great seeing you, Rob. Take care.
Thank you. Great seeing you.
For Phoenix TV Virtual Report, I'm Deborah Cedillo Dugan.